Okay, we not talk the things that matter. Oh, I love it. We
Yeah, we will
talk
talk about
things
the things
that
that
matter.
matter.
All right, so I have with me my cousin. So, do you want to start?
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for listening, even if our invitation is not quite attractive.
It's not quite effective because okay, just for a disclaimer, it's already cuz it's actually 12:02.06 seconds. So good morning.
Okay.
All right. So
So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good
to the
night.
people to the people who are not
Because
listening this
we're in
morning,
different time zones, right?
actually.
You might be listening this during the during one
Because I'm in
I mean,
Indonesia right now, and Indonesia is actually 1 hour delayed. In the Philippines, you are
yeah.
all right. So let's talk about things that
Uh,
matter.
and Mandaya has different time also.
Oh no, we are pure-blooded Mandaya. So
Yes, that's another
another story to
disclosure.
tell. Anyway, so let's talk about things that matter. So can we
So
say
we have another guest actually.
we have
Another
another
host rather. It's not a guest. She is not a guest. She's another host of this
really
podcast.
a resident Holocaust?
Yeah, actually, before we tried to invite her in this
Yeah.
podcast, but she
Unfor-
asked us, "What's the point of making this podcast?
All right. So
What's our intention? What's our
unfortunately,
goal?"
yeah.
I
So
think Ryan can tell us about that.
the goal of this podcast is just actually to share our thoughts and to express the things really that matter based on our experiences. All right.
Yeah.
So we just want to share our experiences and express our thoughts with regard to anything that is pressing
Yes.
any.
When we say about the things that matters, those are the things that we consider as important, right?
Yeah, of course. It is. It is important.
Personally, I
Yeah,
think that is personally important for us.
exactly the point.
So
Another cousin of ours.
don't mind us. We
Oh,
might be using different languages in
oh
this podcast.
yeah. But we will
We are
be
not only targeting
my
one
international
country.
friends.
Charot.
Yes. Oh, Chinese people. Where are and will be our friends.
Yeah,
Anyway,
actually,
anyway, those are things that really matter anyway, right? I keep on saying
yes.
anyway. Can we just start now,
Yeah, because we have to be interconnected with with the intergalactic areas.
guys? That's awesome. But I guess we're wasting time now.
Yeah, okay, so let's proceed to what really matters.
Okay. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, or today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking or we are faced with a proposition. Let it be resolved that, parang debate lang, ano.
Yeah.
We talk about hopes and dreams because these two really, it matters.
Yeah, it really matters to us, especially in times of pandemic. I know you've been hearing this in times of pandemic, in this new normal, but it's actually happening. So that's why we're talking about this in the moment.
Because we could not face the future if we do not face what is present.
Yeah. So speaking of present, no? We will talk about our dreams. We will talk about our hopes.
But before we start
Even if
about our
we're
hopes
trying to
and
live in the
dreams,
moment.
okay, are you listening with me? Before we start, how are you, by the way?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Especially that I just resigned from.
Say that. It helped you to be who you are right now.
Yeah, actually I'm saying this because I am very thankful for them. They really helped me grow and help me build myself, my confidence that I can actually hold back for 2 years. Okay, let's not talk about it. So,
That's so good, all right. We're just being human here after all. I mean, it's
Yeah,
good to
actually, when
share.
other people would try to ask me how yeah, kumusta ako or ganun, I hate short answers, because even if the question is short, but it is asking a lot.
Okay. So short answers mean it invalidates their whatever.
I'm not saying it invalid. Maybe there are some people who doesn't like to talk much, or who didn't find it comfortable to disclose more information regarding their situation right now. So we just have to respect
So
their
let's
personal
put it into
space. Yeah.
this, Kaz. When you ask someone, how are you? And then they will just say, I'm okay. So it simply means that there could be an instance or there could be a point that they're not okay, right? Because what you're trying to drive at right now is when you ask someone and they answered it in a short way, it seems that
Mm.
it's complicated or it's vague. It's not that clear to us if what's going on with that person. So it would be better if it's
Yeah.
spot.
Especially for those people who are asking that question, that the real intention for asking that question is they want to understand that person. So let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Kumusta?
So far, I'm doing great because after joining, obviously, you've known me as a person. I am very active
Yeah.
with regard to championing the voice of the youth.
Hmm.
And
I'm proud of you for championing your everyday struggles, battles, and trials. Yeah. But you said far
I'm doing good so
you're
far.
doing good. So how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing good? One
10.
is the lowest, 10 is the highest.
10, because I guess
10.
everyone is with me.
Mm. Okay.
I have
So
a good support.
yeah, so that is how I asked kumusta, no. We have some validations. At
We
the
have,
same time, we're trying to let the person know
indeed, we really have ways on
how
how we.
okay or how well you are on a scale of 1 to 10. Mm.
But you know what, guys?
Because
When
if you say you are on a scale of you would score your feelings in 8 or something like lower than 10, I would be asking you, what happened to 2 points? What happened to 1 point?
all right.
Mm.
So since it's 10, you don't have to ask any questions. So let's end this podcast now.
Okay, let's proceed.
But anyway, I
Enough with kumustahan.
for a while, Kaz. Anyway, it's still in the matter, right? So I was really shocked with the question, "How are you?" It seems that it is so easy, but when you actually ask that question, it reminds me of my whole being. Like I really have to imagine, and the words that came out from my mouth earlier, it's actually really from deep within. Like when
Yeah,
I
do you want
say
to know why you're thinking that way?
it's like a
No, it's
psychology
not
thing.
about psychology or what. It's because the person that is trying to ask you, you believe that that person wants to understand you, and then you are
I do,
um
of course.
you see, and then that person is familiar,
Oh, you are.
you know how that person welcoming the weaknesses of other person, self proclaim.
No, 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 no.
And
It,
everything, yeah. And
in the,
then it yeah, actually what I'm trying to say is that it matters
uh,
how
you,
much you trust the person asking kumusta.
oh,
And then
I do
if you're
trust you. You
mm.
have my respect and trust. You know that.
I thought you would be saying trust and confidence.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one. We talk about hopes and dreams, right? So
We will be talking about hope and
we
dreams.
will
We're
be.
not yet done.
We're not yet done with the kumustahan, eh?
Anyway, for the kumusta, I hope other people would be asked. If you want to ask other people the same question, I hope you are also ready to listen, whatever the answer is.
I'm very always, I am always opening my ears because I could not talk.
Excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
COVID. Excuse me, COVID.
All right. Whenever someone talks, I always listen because, I
Mm.
cannot respond to that person. Remember,
And
there,
you don't have the right to respond to that person if you did not really have a full grasp of the situation.
uh,
You might be, you might get wrong. You might worsen the situation if you do that.
oh, that's nice. I was struck with
That's
you.
just a precaution.
It's actually an etiquette as well that when
Mm,
someone is
yeah.
talking, you really have to listen, right? So
Okay,
when
you're done
you're done
talking.
listening, when you're done listening, then that's when that person wants you to share something with regard to the
Mm-hmm.
things that he or she shared with you. So it's a time for you to
Yeah.
speak up because when you speak up, that simply means they're able
I
to
think
listen.
we have to change the title of this podcast. We will be talking about kumusta.
Oh, that's not hopes and dreams anymore. But we can share, but we can talk about it later if we still have time, right? Because I guess this one is
Oh,
meant to only
yeah, I know how are we going to incorporate these two topics. So when we ask kumusta, it's okay to answer your that question by telling what are your hopes and dreams.
Oh, yeah. You can start it with you. Start it with you.
Well, if you're asking kumusta, and then if I am going to answer you with my hopes and dreams, I would start from telling you how far is the progress of my plan to get the license for how far um I mean what's the progress status of my application.
So proud of you. You know what?
The progress of yeah, we're hoping
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. But I know you are there already. Ay, nako. It's
Actually,
so
I can answer you that question. I mean, with one phrase or one word.
mm-hmm.
Still hoping.
Fingers crossed, cuz you will be
Diba?
there.
Still hoping.
Fingers crossed. You will
How are
be.
you? I'm still hoping.
At
Diba?
least when I say hoping, it's continuous, all right? So you are,
Yes.
I mean,
And
the
you're in the
hope is
process.
still there.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to trust the process anyway. And I know you can
Yeah.
make it because you are doing your best. All
Mm.
right.
We will cross the bridge when we get there.
Well, I was
We're focusing in
reminded.
the moment, right? We're
Well, I
living in
was
the moment.
reminded with our Kumustahanay earlier, and this
Mm-hmm.
particular quotation, this just came out of our conversation that you really have to learn to listen. And from then,
Yes,
you
because there are
can
only few
listen.
people who knows how to understand.
Uh,
Anyone can hear the word, the voice, the tone of voice, the volume or the speaker, the music. They can hear it.
yeah.
No? Even the written words, if they can also hear it. But if
Oh,
they try to read it or to listen intently, that is the first step of understanding the person or understanding the context.
okay. So I have your with me that you really have to listen,
Listen intently.
something like learn to listen, listen to learn. That's it.
Yeah. Mm.
Again, it's
I have
learn to
I can't
listen,
argue.
listen to learn. Okay. So you really have to learn, you learn to listen, and
Try
then
to
from then
listen.
on, listen
Try to
to
listen
learn.
more.
All right. That's nice, huh? That's something that I really love.
Yes.
This is just kumustahanay because
Yes. If
anyway,
someone would talk about their hopes and dreams, you don't talk your own hopes and dreams. You listen to their hopes and dreams because you're the one asking, "Kumusta?" You know? That means you're the one wanting to listen,
mhm.
right? But of course, I will be the next one to ask you, "Kumusta? How is your hopes and dreams?"
Right now, I could say that I'm doing well because
Mm-hmm.
my plans are actually I could say that I'm on the right track Baby, I was born this
Mm.
way.
I think it's a song.
Thank you, Lady Gaga, for that. But really, cuz I am on the right path,
Okay,
and
how much can you relate to that lyrics?
of course, I love Lady Gaga. Don't you know that the person? I mean, I'm not
I
saying
don't know.
at least you know
That's why
now.
you're telling me, right?
Yeah, you do not know. That's why I'm telling you now. Okay, I have a lot of songs from Lady Gaga that made me realize that life is really so beautiful.
About your hopes and dreams, right?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. When I'm about to quit, I always listen to the song "A Million Reasons." Do you know the
Oh,
song?
but I'm just trying to
It says you.
to
Of course, I do not know how to sing, right? But I love
yeah.
singing. Singing doesn't like me. You give me a million reasons to
The
let
music
you
doesn't
go.
like you.
No, it's not like that. I love singing, but singing doesn't like me. But I love music.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Anyway, so it's like that. Like I have a lot of reasons. I have a lot of reasons
To
to quit
hope.
the show.
Mm,
I really have a lot of reasons to give up. But this life gives me one reason to hope because I keep on dreaming still.
yeah. So I think that will also lead to our next question. What is it to hope and what is it to dream? Is it something a separate entity that they can live independently, or do they need to coexist?
Um, Hope is a different word, obviously, and dream is another entity. And
Mm,
really,
yeah.
hopes and
Hope.
dreams, they are inseparable, but they are different in many ways. Okay,
Mm-hmm. How is it different?
they're different in the sense that hope is actually the process for me, and dream is actually your actual goal. For example, I dream to become a lawyer. So
Mm-hmm.
that is my dream. I dream to become a lawyer. So when you dream to become a lawyer, there obviously you have to enroll yourself first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's talk about dreaming to be a lawyer. So when you
Mm-hmm.
enroll yourself in a law school, obviously you have to study a lot and you have to sacrifice a lot of time and studying. And along with that sacrifice, there are times that you will be challenged. And if you are motivated or if you are hopeful, I mean, how do I say this? Can you help me, Kaz?
If you are hopeful, you have to think about being hopeless. Then if you're not feeling hopeless, that means you're hopeful.
Really? So, if you are hopeful, you have to think that you are hopeless. How do we decode that?
Well, there are people who can easily say that they are helpless, or maybe they
Hopeless.
can see, yeah. I'm
Yes.
trying to describe it in this way,
It's okay.
so
Go on.
forgive me.
Yeah.
If you feel helpless, if you feel like help is not available, if you think that your family can't help you, if you think that your skills are not enough to help you in the situation, therefore it's not far that um you're feeling hopeless, because for being hopeful, you see viable solutions in your situation, or in your situation, yeah.
Please
In your
educate.
present concern, seeing viable solutions, that means um I think you're familiar with be positive, right?
That's my blood type.
Or think positive.
All right, go on.
Yeah. If you think positive, then you see viable solutions to your situation. But it doesn't limit to having the solutions already at hand. But this is also thinking that if you have these resources or something like that, you know what resources you needed for you to be able to obtain or to reach that objective or goal, or shall we say dream. Mm. that that is being hopeful at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So let's go back to being hopeless or helpless, no? Hopeless is that you don't see hope at all.
I know.
If you see that there is a situation or there might be reason why are these things happening to you, or that is being positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're seeing hope, and that means you are being hopeful of your dreams, that you can do it, you will top the board exam and be the number one. parang parang chant namin sa review center.
Ah, okay.
That is being hopeful.
That's nice.
Yeah, it depends
So,
on your your cognitive ability on thinking what will be what will be the solution to your problem. But if you think that the solution is to be to get attention from others, to be sad or something like that, well, that's a different story.
okay, that's nice. So I guess I'm getting something from you. So I guess you'll believe with, I mean, you will agree with, I don't know if you will agree with me if I
Well,
say,
I have nothing. Wait, ha. I don't want to be misunderstood. I have nothing against with those people who are actually experiencing and maybe clinically diagnosed with depression or anxiety. Mm. That
you know, depression is
it's
not
natural.
clinical.
It's normal that they feel helpless or hopeless with their situation. That's
Okay.
why we psychology professionals are there
Okay.
to help them see hope in their situation.
The silver lining. So
Mhm.
that's nice that you have a disclaimer because depression is no joke at all, right?
Yes, it
So
has nothing to. It should not be a joke.
exactly. So I guess I've learned something from you today. And really, I love the example. And I guess you'll agree with me if I say hope is really a process when you dream something because the dream
It's a
is
drive. It's a
is a
driving
vibe.
force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fueled with determination and commitment.
Yeah, it's a driving force that you think positive. It's a driving force that you look for resources for you to be able to reach that dreams
Dream.
in mind.
Okay. That's so nice. And dreaming is really
By the way, we're not expert here about hopes and dreams. We are in the process of
but we're
of
just
attaining
sharing our
our dreams.
but remember we just want to share our experiences and express our thoughts, right?
That is my
When we express
experience.
our thoughts, that means we share our
Yeah,
experiences.
that is our based on our phenomenological experiences.
Oh, there's another term that I've learned from you. What is it again?
Phenomenological.
Oh, I love that phenomenological research. I so love that. That's qualitative research. You want to discuss about it?
No, we're not talking
Let's
about
talk about that
scholarly
research.
topics here.
Qualitative, quantitative, mixed. All right, that's it. Anyway, we're just kidding. So,
We don't want our listeners to experience nose bleeding. so, so please.
wait, so are we saying that we are not scholarly driven? Oh, I'm not. We're not saying about it. We just want to really live life, right? Carpe diem. We really have to
Yeah,
see.
we're just making the topic lightly.
It's so yeah. It has not to be a burden to anyone because
because
probably
I
others.
know let me say this. I know depression anxiety is a serious matter, right? We're talking about what really matters.
Okay, this time. But I know everything matters. It just depend on what situation or what situation you are into. I mean, when I say there, all of the things matter. Is it just depend on what situation you are into?
Yes.
When
So
I say
whatever you are feeling right now, whatever your answer to
that
kumusta,
matters.
whatever your answer to are you hopeful or not,
Yeah,
whatever your answer to what are your dreams right now, or how is your dreams, right? The progress of your dreams right now, it is valid.
it is valid. It is.
And, okay. But
I
again, if we're talking about objectives, we're talking about goals or hopes and dreams, just remember SMART. You know what SMART is?
I don't know.
Specific,
Hi, okay.
measurable, attainable. What is R?
You
Can you
don't know.
continue?
You're trying to specific,
it's either
measurable, attainable.
it's either relevant or realistic.
Okay. And then the last one is time
And
bound.
the last one is
Time bound.
yeah, it's time bound.
That's so nice. It's really nice talking to you because, like, I know that you are
Yeah.
busy, but I am not. I'm not busy right this
Well,
moment, but
actually,
later
to the
after you are
listeners,
too.
we are just bored. That's why we're
Uh,
talking about this. And then we just wanted to share with you the things that we consider as important.
at the
So,
same time, we are having Kamustuhanay here, right? It's my moral
yes.
responsibility to ask you if we're still okay there. But my goodness, we're in the same city, and that's Davao.
But we are in pandemic, that's why we can't, ano.
Yeah. That's why, guys, to add on, it has to be physical distancing, not social distancing. Because when you say social distancing, that simply means that we socially distant ourselves from each other. The one that we're having right now is not social distancing. We actually keep in touch. Okay?
Yeah, we are
So that's
socially
physical
connected,
distancing, not
right?
social distancing. That's a sort of advertisement
Yes,
shots.
we are socially connected
We
with the
have
help
to.
of
Oh,
technology.
yeah,
We have
that's
to appreciate
one of
technology,
the
right?
reasons why we have to celebrate this technology because
Virtually connected.
we
How
are
do
virtually
others call this?
connected.
Online connected.
Exactly, as long as
E-learning
we're
connected.
connected.
E-kumustahan connected. What else? Hashtag.
Whatever term is that, as long as we're connected, then so be it. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening. You really have to learn to listen and listen to learn. That's from my end. How
Yes.
about you guys?
I hope others can also listen to this.
All right. So, thank you so much everyone and mabuhay kayo. Mabuhay tayong lahat. Mabuhay ang bansang Pilipinas.
Yes. Padayon, bugsay.